We are joined by Perry Hall. Perry, why don't you give me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Ross, Ohio, and I have 6 children, and I'm a 2-time kidney recipient.
Yeah.
I also work for the National Kidney Foundation.
Yeah, this is such a great story. And of course, we do facilitate all of the organ transplants in the Cincinnati area. So we would have been involved in that. Now, you mentioned you're a mom of 6 kids. So I imagine you're very busy.
Yes, I birthed 4 of them, and then have 2 bonus. The 4th one actually came after my first transplant.
Wow.
So.
And you said you're from Ross. You have raised your family here in Cincinnati. So what do you love most about living in Cincinnati?
Oh, there's so much to do. I mean, we really honestly do have everything.
Yeah.
You know, every sporting event, every arts, music, theater.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your story, going back to when you were a child and you first found out that you had problems with your kidney.
Yes. So I was 17 months old, and I ended up with a kidney infection. The pediatrician prescribed a Sofa-drug, which ended up crystallizing in my ureter. Luckily, I was still in diapers, and my parents realized I hadn't used the restroom and brought me down to Children's, where I was currently in renal failure due to the blockage. They did 5 major surgeries to clean out the blockage, and during that time, they found out I was born with just 1 kidney.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did PD dialysis at Children's for 3 months while I lived there, and luckily, my native kidney came back to 85% function.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
I didn't know that could happen. I thought like once it fails, like that's it.
Yeah. So there
great.
are circumstances where it's acute and your kidney can bounce back.
Wow.
I was very fortunate. But the doctors did tell my parents that I should not play sports. I wouldn't carry children. Basically, I'd probably need a transplant by the time I was 13 when my hormones started. And luckily, I did all of those things.
Yeah, you showed
I'm
them.
a rule breaker. Yes, I played sports through high school, went to college, met my first husband in college. We had the 3 oldest children. I carried them myself, and they were perfect. Like full term.
Yeah.
The first one was 5 weeks early, but pretty much full term. And things were great until I turned 30.
Okay.
And then when I turned 30, I thought I ended up getting a broken toe, and went to urgent care, and they laughed and said they would take my money for the x-ray, but it was actually gout.
Wow.
And then followed it up with, do you have any kidney issues? I had been followed by a nephrologist since the pregnancy of my first child. I was 20 at the time, so, you know, you're invincible. And I think I followed that philosophy the whole time, even after the nephrologist told me at 28 that probably in about 2 years I would have to start dialysis or get a transplant, and that I should go to a clinic, a dialysis clinic, just to look around and see what it was about, which I did at 28. And I kind of laughed when I left, like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Things are great.
Yeah.
And sure enough, 2 years later, almost to the day, I had to start after the urgent care doctor was like, you should contact your nephrologist.
So did you go on the list, or how did you end up getting the kidney?
Yeah, so with the first one, they actually, when I went to the emergency room the first time to get labs redrawn, they couldn't believe it. They thought, how are you coherent, let alone bouncing around? Your kidney is functioning at 4%. You basically should not be here. And so after that, I was a direct admit at Bethesda North, and they put a chest catheter in, and I started dialysis the next day. And then worked with my nephrologist to be put on the transplant list, or get the referral to do all the testing to be put on the list. Because of the childhood trauma to the kidney and surgeries, I had transfusions then. And then when I had to start emergency dialysis, all of my labs were so off. With your kidney functioning at 4%, you become toxic, basically.
Yeah.
And so because of those labs, I got more transfusions at that time.
Wow. Do you remember that?
So I remember getting the transfusions as an adult,
Yeah.
not necessarily as a child.
Yeah. Do you remember how you felt afterwards? Like, do you remember it helping?
Yes. So the emergency room doctor actually, when I was there to rerun the lab work for my failing kidney, was like, well, are you tired? Like, are you... And I was like, well, I have 3 kids. Like, yes, I'm tired all the time. And so I remember getting the transfusions and having so much more energy. It was kind of surreal, actually.
What's your blood type?
I'm O negative.
Oh, wow.
I know.
So you're the universal donor. So yeah, that's...
Which makes it even more important, right?
Yes, yeah.
So then when it comes to matching for a kidney,
right.
all those antibodies come into play because not only did I have the transfusions, but then I also carried the children.
Yeah.
Which is another burden that us women get to take on.
Yes.
So they told me then when I did the workup that it would probably be about 4.5 to 5 years before they were able to find a match for me.
Oh my gosh.
And that was back in 2008. I started dialysis in 2007. So about the time that I was going through all the testing, they kind of dumped me at the beginning, I think of 2008.
And did it take that long? 4 years, 5 years?
So yes, I did in-center hemo for about 1.5 years, and then an additional, a little over 3, I did hemo at home before I got the call for my first transplant.
Okay. So how long did that kidney last?
9 years.
Okay.
Lasted 9 years, ended up failing during COVID,
Okay.
which I too also thought that I had a sinus infection.
Wow.
Yes. But very blessed with all of those years, and especially because we got to bring our little Gwen into the world, who is turning 8 this weekend.
Wow.
Yes.
And so you were able to have her with your new kidney? Okay.
Yes.
So, and then was the childbirth part of what made that kidney fail? I mean,
So
was it taxing on that kidney?
No, actually through the pregnancy, my creatinine was still like 0.72.
Okay.
I mean, it was phenomenal that whole time. And then she was about 2.5
Okay.
when I started with what I thought was a sinus infection. We're not exactly sure what happened. I was taking medicine for the sinus infection at the same time as the meds, so I'm not exactly sure what caused the failure. They did tell me, don't try it again, which was great. I mean,
Yeah.
I already had the pleasure of birthing
Yeah.
before and 2 additional, so I would not try for another one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You already showed them.
She completed our family.
Yeah.
Yes.
You proved them wrong in so many aspects. Like, that's okay. So with the second transplant, how'd that process go? How was it different?
So the second transplant, it was seemingly different in the fact that I feel like I was older. I really, again, didn't realize that my kidney was failing, got dumped into having to start emergency dialysis again, and again, was very thankful for the gift I had been given, and I almost actually grieved for my donor family, first,
Yeah.
Because I felt like they were losing what ended up being a child who donated to me, them again. I felt like they were losing them again. I don't personally know them, but that was the emotions that I had during that time. So then it took a while for me to get through the testing, some pushes from my friends and the staff at Christ, but got through the testing. I also, in the meantime, had posted, eventually through the process, posted on Facebook, and a friend of a friend stepped up.
Wow.
She was not a direct match to me, but she was well enough with her testing that she went ahead and donated a kidney. I believe it went to the Carolinas.
Okay.
Ahead of me even finishing my testing. So then I had a voucher once I was done with the paired exchange program. Yep. And my call for a deceased donor kidney came before I used the voucher.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We talk about paired exchange. We talked about that with, if people are familiar with Daniil's story, and she's still waiting for a kidney, but paired exchange is a way that you can kind of help, if somebody's not a direct match for her, all these people that are trying to be, they can still be part of the paired exchange program and help her out.
Multiple people.
Indirectly.
Help multiple people, yes.
I love paired exchange. I think it's so fascinating.
I
So obviously now you work at the National Kidney Foundation. What do you do there?
Yes, so I am now the Senior Development Director, so I run basically our fundraising programs, our Kidney Walk, our Golf Classic, and coming in March is our annual Dining with the Stars.
Okay.
So it's very exciting, yes. Even prior to me starting with the National Kidney Foundation, I actually volunteered when I started dialysis the first time and created my own fundraising events. So we had a share your spare bowling league that we raised money for the local, we were an independent foundation then before we merged. So yeah, then once I got the kidney transplant 2011, I started temp for NKF in 2012, early in 2012, and then was hired on in 2013.
Obviously you've been on the recipient end of this, but I'm sure you're often trying to encourage people to be donors, to sign up to be donors.
Yes.
So how do you do that? How do you encourage people to sign up to be a kidney donor? Or organ donor in general?
Yeah. So I actually think that I don't necessarily encourage them or even, it's not really an ask, right? I think when I'm out and I say, oh, well, I'm a 2-time kidney recipient, and people see me, their first reaction is, but you look normal, you look healthy. And I'm like, that's because I received a kidney transplant and I don't have to sit on the machine for hours at a time. Which is also at catch-22, because I think people who are on dialysis that are living their lives and looking well, it's a hard sell, right? If that's the word we're using. It's a hard sell to say, I am so sick that I have to sit on this machine for hours at a time, because when people look at you, you don't look sick.
Yeah, it's like you don't want that to define you, but at the same time, you want everyone to know that I am struggling. Like I am going through this awful thing and that impacts my life so much, but it's not evident.
It's not visible.
Yeah.
So then I think by just sharing my story, that encourages people alone to be like, well, I think I could help out. I would want to give that gift to somebody else. And if they can't be a living donor, not to say that they're not important, right? They could still sign up on their driver's license, share their wishes with their family.
Right.
That's just as important. Both of my kidney donors, passed away for me to get the gift. So I don't think it has to be a hard ask. You don't have to say, hey, I need a kidney. You're going to save my life.
Right.
It just has to be a share what you do on a daily basis, or share what you can't do. I can't spend as much time with my kids. I can't ride a bike. I can't pick up my grandchild because I have a port from PD dialysis.
Yep.
I mean, it could really just be that simple.
And then obviously blood donors have played a role in this as well. So
yes.
How would you encourage people to donate blood, or what would you like to say to all those donors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think those are probably the ones that get overlooked. Like if you're a kidney donor, like people are applauding you. And of course, sadly, people get the honor walk, if they become a donor when they've passed. But I think blood donors, tissue donors.
Yeah.
I can remember meeting somebody who had torn his tendon and had to have someone else's, right? And I was like, oh, did you write to the family of your donor? And they were like, what? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you've never heard of this before? This is not new. But I think some of those people get left out of the thank you process. So I would say a big thank you, because I've had multiple transfusions that have saved my life at different points in my life. And so it does make a difference, especially when you're O negative.
Absolutely. I know. And it's so few. I think it's only 6% of people have O. Yeah, you're very special. She's like, I know. But for other reasons, you're very special, because it's very rare. And then those people, when you are O negative and you know you have that rare blood type, maybe you are pulled a little bit more, but all blood types are so important, because you don't want that other person to think, oh, well, I have a really common blood type, somebody else will give it. But if everybody thinks that, then nobody's giving blood, and we've got a real problem.
Yes.
So every donor is important. Yeah. What's life like now? I mean, what's the prognosis? Do they think you'll need another kidney, or how's it going?
So things are great right now. I ended up getting my second transplant 3 months after my husband passed away from stage 4 melanoma. So I think that became a gift at a hard time.
Right.
When I was scrambling to prepare for summer, and our littlest one being at home and no one to watch her while I was at dialysis. I mean, my husband and I both were working from home, but I still had to go to dialysis.
Yeah.
So trying to manage how that was going to happen was a challenge. And so it was a gift that came just at the nick of time.
Yeah. Wow.
Very grateful for that.
Yeah.
And right now my creatinine again is 0.72 and GFR is above 100. Probably better than your kidneys. I'm just bragging. I'm just kidding. But yes, it's lovely having the opportunity to have more time with the kids, because I think that's your legacy, right? That's what you're trying to do, is give them as much time to know you before you're not here anymore.
Now, are they all healthy? Do they all have 2 kidneys?
Yes. I know, surprising, right? They all have 2 kidneys and are all healthy. Just our 3rd grandchild was just born.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You're a grandma?
I know.
That's incredible.
Yes. Wow. So, so very thankful for all of the time that we've been given. And of course, Gwen. I mean, how could you pass up the littlest one? She would have not even been here. So, a second chance at life.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yes. What are all of their ages?
So let's see. The oldest is 27.
Oh, wow.
And then 25, 22, 18, 15, and Gwen will be 8 this weekend.
Wow. Quite the range.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's a full-time job in and of itself.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
really.
bet. Well, being a grandma is like, so I hear.
Yeah.
My mom is, I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews, and my gosh, she is a whole new woman when she's with them, you know?
Yeah. I think it's odd because Gwen, the youngest of mine, is still young.
Yeah.
And then the oldest grandbaby is 5. He'll be 6 in January. So kind of, it's an odd combo that they're so close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think probably he gets treated more like mine when I'm around him, just because Gwen is so close to that age too. So.
Yeah. That's great.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I think it's also important, like we said with some of these other recipients, you think you have something that's very easily to be treated, like a sinus infection or something.
Yes.
So what's your advice to people? We obviously don't want to panic them and say, every sinus infection, go to the ER. But at the same time, like if you know this is lingering a little while, or what's your advice?
Yeah. I would say don't be in denial. Pay attention to your body. You know when something's probably either gone on a little bit too long, or is a little off. But definitely pay attention to the signs. Know your numbers. Like if you're going to the doctor annually, they're testing your kidneys. So your creatinine, your GFR, know those numbers. And you can easily visit our website, the NKF website, just to get feedback. Because we have all the resources listed. And we're always here. We're local. So if you have any questions, you can always hit us up here. And I think that's the biggest thing. Pay attention. Don't let it go on, because it could be something much more severe.
You're right, to even just have that baseline, like go to your PCP and get that blood work, just so that then the next time maybe, these numbers have changed drastically. Let's dive into that. So that's good advice. And really, you're never too young to start doing that.
And asking questions, right?
And advocating. You said some of your friends had to push you, but sometimes you have to be your own advocate. So that's important too.
Well, and I think too, like even in my husband's case, he had the spot removed, right? And then the doctor had mentioned, if this was any deeper, then we would want you to go for a full body scan. I think at that moment, it should have been like, can you go into that a little bit more? Because I think it should have been done at that time. So I think just, even if you don't pick up on the cues, at least if something feels like you should be asking, you probably should just ask. Good advice. Perry, thank you very much for sharing your story. We really appreciate it.